What's good, everybody? It's your girl Lilo coming back to you with another podcast episode. That's right. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna just go ahead and be straight up. I've been MIA. I have been MIA. Let me tell you, hunty. But listen, really, life happens, and I'm gonna just start off with that because of the fact that I had a little. There was nothing traumatizing about what I've been through. I'm just gonna be real and straight up with y'all because I talk so much about anxiety and depression, and I just want to be straight up and say that it's real, you guys. Like, it's a real thing, and that's what happened with life basically for me. So I had to take a step back, analyze everything that I was doing. Like, I was handling all of my businesses and just doing a lot, working multiple jobs, of course. My full-time job, 40 hours a week. I just had to sit down. Like, my anxiety is, I just have to attest to that is a real thing, because I am so anxious to do a lot of stuff. And I actually made a post about it on Facebook recently about anxiety, because I am in a rush to do a lot. Like, I'll be rushing to pay my bills. I'll be rushing to, make sure life things are happening the way that they should. I'm rushing to get to where I need to be, with not even actually analyzing everything and just sitting down and say, Nisha, Lilo, it's time to take a break, sweetheart. Like, you are rushing to do everything. Like, your mind is just on a level, just a crazy level of anxiety. So I had to really pull myself back from that and get myself together. So I took some time off. I took some time away from work. Y'all, listen, that was like, it was really needed. Like, I took time away from work and time to focus on, my family. Like, my little girl. I have a little girl, 2-year-old daughter, Taj, as y'all know. She's my world. And even as I was, pulled myself from my job, I realized, dang, like, I'm missing out on a lot of time with her. She needs that time. She wants her mom around. Like, she's just so excited to have me. During my little break or phase, she was just excited to have me involved in everything. And, I don't know why I'm just spilling my whole life story to you guys, but it's just the truth. Like, life happened, and I had to just, do better. I had to get myself together. So, do I have everything together now? No, but I am taking it piece by piece and working it out, and that's part of just realizing everything won't be 100%. Everything won't always work out the way that I want them to work out, or the way that I feel that it should. So I have to be okay with that and know that, okay, maybe if it doesn't work out now, then it will eventually. And that's the point that I'm getting to. Even with my anxiety, I'm dealing with that. And, I also, with anxiety, its neighbor is depression. So I went through the depression stages as well. And that was a lot. Like, it was a lot, mentally draining, like weeks of being in bed, not wanting to get out of bed. It was, y'all, it's something. It's really something, but I'm not going to get into all that because that's not what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I really just reflected for a moment because I had to let you all know that, yes, I took a step back, and it's okay to take a step back. It's okay to relax for a moment. It's okay to get yourself together. It's okay to not be involved or have your hands in many things. It's okay to just finally breathe and do what you have to. Now, I won't lie to you, money was a problem for me during that time because I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I'm not working right now. And, that can be a form of manipulating your mind into thinking that you have to get up and do something. But when I tell you guys, faith in God is so important. Like, God, I have to say that once you realize how hard, God realized how hard we work as individuals and the goals that we're trying to attain and what we're trying to do. And he saw how hard I was working, and he saw my diligence, and he saw what I was trying to do and how I was trying to better myself. Not only just me, but those around me. And God saw my work ethic. Like, I was busting my behind, y'all. And he told me, sit down, and don't worry about anything. And everything just flowed together. I didn't have to I did stress a little bit, but everything worked itself out. I was able to take time away from my job with no problems. Everything was okay, and I'm still going through the motions with that as well. But I just wanted to come on here today as a way of just getting you guys back on track with Lifted by Lilo, and also also just it's time to get back in the game, if you will say. So the title of today's message, form of encouragement, you guys, is get off the bench. So get off the bench, get back in the game. That's really like just not just applying to my life, but I wanted to use it as a way to just encourage you guys to know that it doesn't always start with us. And when I say that, because it doesn't always just start with not being involved in anything or not doing what we're supposed to do. Just a little backstory about getting off the bench. Now, most times it's used by coaches to tell the person that's sitting on the bench to get off the bench and get in the game. A bench warmer. 9 times out of 10, a bench warmer is not a top performer. It's pretty much the person that's secondary, or is not the primary person. And I'm not a athletic person. I'm not an athlete. I can't attest to that, but I do know that being on that bench is you're watching other people play and you're on the sidelines. I have to say that in this season, it's time for us to get off the bench and get into what we need to do. Get into the game of what we are called to do. I feel like, we have really watched others pass us by and being successful, and not only just other people, but people that we don't even know. Like we sit on the phones all day, y'all, and be on social media and look at everyone just passing us by and being so successful and having everything that we dream of even. And we put ourselves in a position to where we're sitting and we're watching from the sidelines. And I have to say that being successful is important. And even when we see the things on social media and what everyone is doing, which is great, I admire it, honestly, but we have to get in the game as well. Now, being a top performer does not mean that okay, let me rephrase that. The top performers that are already in the game, most of them that I see now are successful people who are actually in the point, they're not even like trying to get to the success. They're already there, and what they're doing now is pretty much giving out free information, helping other people climb up the ladder, like basically like a philanthropist. And that's the level that we should be at, trying to attain, getting to that level of not having any worries, worry about life, and getting to that point of helping other people and doing it at a level where it's pretty much free. You guys, that's the goal. Like, that's for me anyways. Like, I just have to say that. But prior to that, they were in the game. Prior to getting to that point, they're what I consider were a top performer. And we're in that time now where we're the second stream of athletes that are people that need to get up and get out and get in the game. We have to get out of that mindset of we're doing enough. This is okay. I mean, I was one of them. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm working, doing my business. This fine. I'm okay. Excuse me. I feel like I have to burp. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was one of those people that feel like, okay, I'm doing enough. Like, I'm doing okay, so I'm fine. But no, it's more to it than that. It's more to just working. It's more to settling. You have to realize that some people, hey, if that works for you, just settling in where you are and you're okay with what you're doing, then fine. But, if you're listening to this podcast or watching this video, I talk all the time about wanting better and being better and, reaching our goals and getting to where we need to be or want to be. And that means that not always just putting ourselves in a position to watch or be a bench warmer. Now, don't get me wrong. There are seasons where we have to sit and be a bench warmer because of the fact that, while you're sitting on the sidelines, while you're watching what's going on, don't just watch just to watch. You analyze each and every move that your teammate is making. Like, we should connect ourselves to people, our team of people that are making boss moves to take that shot and executing it successfully. We don't just want to sit on the sidelines and just sit there with our water bottle just sitting there watching and not doing anything, not actively studying, not actively being involved. You sit down and you analyze like your life depends on it. You want to make sure that you have everything invested into watching every strategy that your teammate is making, and also what the enemy, the defense is also doing. You want to make sure you're studying everything, because whether you know it or not, the defense will help you get to that next level, because you have to pass that level. Just saying. You have to pass what they're doing to get to the next level. Not just analyzing the offense. You have to analyze the defense as well. Like I said, I'm no athlete, but hey, it works. You know, you have to get out and get up from the bench and get in the game and put yourself there mentally. Even if you're not ready right now, mentally prepare yourself and say, I'm going to watch. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to analyze what my teammate is doing. I'm going to analyze what the defense is doing. Let me see what they're doing. Not enemy, but we're going to call them our, competitor. We want to see what they're doing to get to the next level and continue to increase as well. And that way, now I know that there are plenty of companies that base their strategies of success off of what the opponents are doing. So just know that being who you are, whatever strategy you're using, whatever field that you're trying to go in, know that you have to analyze not only the people that are on your team, that are on your squad, but also analyze the defense, analyze their execution, analyze what makes them successful, how they get that successful. You want to analyze everything. So get off the bench, get in the game. Like, it's literally our time now. It's our time to be top athletes and those top performers. We can't just watch anymore. So we're walking into a new year, you guys. We're going into 2023. I don't think anybody is really trying to settle for less anymore. Like, we're all making big dreams come true. Like, we're executing. Like, I see so many people flourishing. Like, even on my Facebook timeline, people, and Instagram, oh my God, like, a lot of friends of mine or followers, they're flourishing in their businesses. They're flourishing getting degrees and flourishing having expanding families, flourishing buying homes, flourishing just, starting new business ventures and stepping out of what their comfort zone is. Quitting jobs and just depending on themselves and what they're going to do, what they demand that they're going to do, being successful in that. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so important. It's so important to get in the game now. So I'm kicking off season 2 of Lifted by Lilo saying this: get off the bench and get in the game now. That's my word for today. And before I leave you guys, I have a quote that I want to leave with you. And the quote of the day for this video is, and podcast if you're listening. Let me shout out to that anyways. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you check out the YouTube video. And if you're if you're watching the video, then make sure you just go and hit play on my podcast. You don't have to hit it twice. If you do, thank you. But yeah, the quote of the day is, today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want. Today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow that you want. Get up off the bench. Get in the game. Do what you gotta do. Be successful. I'm always here with you guys every step of the way, any way that I could be. Reach out to me, liftedxlilo@gmail.com if you have any other questions or concerns. Also, you can check out my website, liftedbylilo.com. A lot of people think that the Lifted by Lilo is BY, but I have an X there, so it's liftedxlilo at gmail.com or liftedxlilo com. So you can check out all of that there, and I have a ton of information, you guys. I just want to share and just pour my heart out in any way that I can. So thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all have been great. Deuces.